Welcome back, board members and audience and everybody. Broadcast services, do you need a couple of minutes to continue to assemble everyone who wants to be on the Zoom or on the phone?
Chair, broadcast is ready and we're rolling, and we're ready whenever you are.
Okay. Well, with that, I'd like to call it's 2:03 p.m. and I'd like to call the open PEB board meeting back to order. We went into closed session. We were discussing item 8.2.1, the recommendation to ratify and approve the evaluation committee's recommendation to contract with UMR for third-party administration and associated services beginning on July 1st of 2022. We had a productive discussion in the closed meeting, and without further ado, I would accept a motion to approve the evaluation committee's recommendation.
So moved.
Thank
Michelle
you.
Kelly for the record.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second Leslie Biddlestone.
Got it. Thank you. All right. It's been moved and seconded to ratify the evaluation committee's recommendation for UMR as the TPA vendor. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. Okay. Motion carries. Thanks. Real quick, let's go on to 8.2.2, the HSA Bank.
All right, Laura Rich for the record. So on July 1st, 2021, the Public Employees Benefits Program released an RFP for a health savings account and health reimbursement account, HSA HRA, Administrator Services contract. So the objective of this RFP is to acquire an HSA and an HRA administrator that will be a strategic partner in providing the services that are included in the scope of this RFP. I will say that with so many contracts out there, PEB actually had some, we had made a little mistake, and we forgot to include that in the RFP, that the contract holder would be the TPA. And so in this contract, typically this would have been through the TPA as was identified in the TPA RFP. But when we released this RFP, it was just not included. That was our oversight. And so when HSA Bank got awarded this contract, we owned our mistake and really just said, okay, we're going to, instead of having this go through the TPA contract, it will be a direct contract with PEB. So it is unfortunate, but not a huge mistake in the grand scheme of things. So the vendor responses were scored on minimum qualifications, technical, customer service, financial, and then some finalist presentations. And on July 30th, PEB received 14 proposals in response to the RFP. The 5-member evaluation committee included 2 board members and other subject matter experts, and HSA Bank received the highest score by the evaluation committee. PEB has successfully negotiated a contract. HSA Bank will be the new vendor, and the transition is expected to be rather smooth. The effective date of the contract is anticipated to be December 14th, 2021 upon BOE approval through June 30th of 2026. Services and fees are expected to begin on June 1st, 2022, and the contract maximum is $0. So this is a $0 contract. It was a $0 proposal that was proposed. And so the recommendation here is to ratify and approve the evaluation committee's recommendation to contract with HSA Bank for the HSA and HRA administrator services beginning July 1st, 2022.
Board members, any questions, comments? Okay. I'll accept a motion to ratify.
This is Betsy. I move we ratify the HSA Bank.
Do I have a second?
April Karn, I'll second.
Great, thank you. All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the Evaluation Committee's recommendation to contract with HSA Bank for health savings account and health reimbursement accounts beginning July 1st, 2022. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Okay, motion carries. Moving on to 8.3 contract amendment ratifications. Since we just ratified the UMR contract, I think that makes 8.3.1 Aetna and 8.3.2 American Health Holdings pretty quick and simple. They need to be terminated. So I would accept a motion to approve PEB staff to serve term notices on Aetna and AHH in one motion, if that's okay.
April Karn, I'll go ahead and make that motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Linda Fox for the record, second.
Thank you. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to process contract amendment ratifications to term Aetna and American Health Holdings, both effective July 1st, 2022. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Great, that carries. All right, moving on to 8.3.3, Aon Consulting.
Laura Rich for the record. So previously, the PEB board had approved staff to move forward with a project involving the Patient Protection Commission and Medicaid to assist the Peterson Millbank program for on a project regarding sustainable healthcare costs. Previously, that contract, the original cost of that project was going to be $150,000, and the board did approve that with potentially it getting cost shared through the Peterson Millbank funding. As we've worked through this, we've been able to identify other sources, data sources, and Aon has actually dropped the cost due to the ability to leverage some already existing processes that were in place already through HealthScope benefits. So the new cost of this project is $50,000, so we were able to save quite a bit of money on this one. As a result, we are no longer requesting the additional outside funding. The reality is for $25,000, it's a lot of work for PEB and the state and Peterson Millbank Foundation to go through to actually receive those funds because of the contracting processes that are in place. No one really is equipped to receive it. And so because it is now such a low amount and it does help PEB, we are just assuming the responsibility ourselves, and the contract amendment is now $50,000 rather than the $150,000. So I will stop there for questions.
Any questions?
All right.
Okay.
All right, and so the recommendation there is obviously to approve that one. The next one is LSI Consulting. Again, this is a reduction. On September 30th, 2021, the board approved staff to complete a contract amendment with LSI to begin services and payments regarding their ability to manage the COBRA responsibilities of the program. And so we had to add additional work order authority. After some additional conversations, LSI did agree to revise the cost of the COBRA management being offered. And so the original increase to the contract authority, the original amendment to increase contract authority by $1.354 million was withdrawn, and it's now revised to only increase it by $479,000 approximately. So the recommendation here is for PEB to the PEB board to authorize staff to submit the updated contract amendment between PEB and LSI for the COBRA services in the fee schedule and increase the contract maximum.
Okay, board members, I think I'll do the same thing since we've got 8.3.3 and 8.3.4 both scaling back the amendments. I'll accept a motion to approve staff recommendations for both of those at once.
This is Leslie Biddleston, so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Betsy Aiello, second.
Thank you. Okay. Motion is to approve staff recommendation for 8.3.3 and 8.3.4. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, say nay. Great, thank you. And last but not least, contract solicitation ratifications, except this seems to be the opposite.
So the PEB board approved Laura Rich for the record, the PEB board approved the solicitation for the shopping comparison tool. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, we currently use Healthcare Blue Book for those contracts that are to be held by the TPA. But as we got through the TPA RFP and the negotiations for that contract, we saw that the UMR offers a comprehensive shopping tool that is part of their services and part of the member portal that the member can access and use. And so since this is already part of the service with no extra cost, it just did not make sense for PEB to pursue this contract or to release this solicitation. So what we're asking for here is for to allow PEB staff to cancel that solicitation and not move forward with the shopping comparison tool RFP.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve PEB staff to cancel the solicitation? Mr. Verducci so moves. Any second? Thank you. Ms. Kelly? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. With that, if I'm not mistaken, we are back on our second public comment period, agenda item 9. And so is there any public comment here in the room in Carson? Seeing none, I will turn it over to broadcast to see if there is public comment on the internet.
Thank you, Chair. To participate in public comment, please press star 9 or raise hand in the Zoom call to take your place in the queue.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Janelle Woodward, JANELLWOODWARD. Again, I'm a state employee representing AFSCME state employees. I just want to add that we are very disappointed in the decision to go with option 2 over option 3, which was heard so much in the public comment in the beginning of the meeting. I want to publicly thank Mr. Verducci and a couple of other people who have truly represented the state employees and listened to the comments from the public and pushing for us to get back what has been taken away. This is a serious issue that needs to be known. And I know there are hard decisions, but we just appreciate the support that we get from them. Thank you.
Thank you. Next commenter.
If you have recently joined the call and would like to participate in public comment, please press star 9 or raise hand in the Zoom call to take your place in the queue. Chair, the public line is open and working. However, there are no callers wishing to participate at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you for all your hard work today, Broadcast Services. It's been really, really appreciated. With that, I believe we have reached the end of our agenda, and it is time to adjourn the meeting. So it's 2:18 p.m., and the PEB board is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for your testimony and help today.